Hi there, everybody. This is Chris. I was in office hours earlier today and had a student in there, one of your colleagues, who had some questions about pointers, and we came up with an example. And I thought it would be a very good idea to go over the example uh, and really draw the memory diagram for this example, because it seems that there are still some confusing things about pointers that you really have to understand to be able to do well in the course. Okay, so let's take a look at this program here. Okay, the program is very simple. Okay, it starts out with int x equals 5. Now, what I want to do is I want to draw this. Okay, and I want to draw this like this. I basically want to say, okay, let's do an address. You've seen these kind of memory diagrams before, and I'll also put the name of the variable, if there's a variable associated with it, over here. And then on the other side, I want to put the value, and that's the value that the variable holds. Okay, and I'm just going to make up addresses, and it doesn't matter what those addresses are. Just know that they actually exist in the program. Okay, and maybe we'll run through this in GDB as well and just kind of see this. But basically, we're going to do this. So x equals 5. What does it mean? It means that at some address, let's call it. We'll start down. We'll start down here. Sure. At 0x, let's say 1000. There is a variable called x, and that variable has a value of 5 in this case. Okay, so far so good. That should be pretty simple. Okay, there's a variable, not a pointer, it's a variable that has an address that lives at 0x1000, has a value 5. Okay, then we get to this line here. And in this line, we say, okay, well, you're creating a pointer to an int and giving it the address of x. This is not a C++ reference or anything of the sort. This means get the address of x. Okay, that's what that means right there. All right, so what do we have? We have, let's say at 0x1010, whatever. I'm just making these up, remember. Okay, we're going to have a variable called x pointer. And what is its value going to be? Well, its value is going to be 0x1000 because it has the address of x. Okay, so we say that this x pointer points to the 5, basically because the address of the value is where 5 lives. Okay, if you follow that address 1000, you get the 5. Okay, because that's at address 1000. Okay, now what if we do this? What if we say y equals asterisk x pointer? Okay, well that means we have it in some other address. Let's call it 0x1020. Doesn't matter, again. We have y, and y has the value, well, this syntax here means dereference x pointer. In other words, go to where x pointer points to, 1000, and get the value. Okay, and so 5 gets copied into y. Y has no, given y on its own, you have no ability to go back and touch x. Like there's no way y and x can interact with each other if you only know y, because y is not a pointer. Y is simply a value. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Okay, all right, so now what? Well, okay, so now we have done the y there, and y is now equal to 5. All right, what if we do y plus plus? Well, what does that do? It changes this 5 to a 6. Why? Because it's a value, and that's it. It's just like in any other class you're in. If you do y plus plus in CS106B, you get 1 more than the value. Why doesn't x change? Because they're not linked together. There's no addresses there's no pointers here in this case. Y is just a value that gets incremented. However, what if I do this? If I say asterisk x pointer, again, that means go to where x pointer points, that's this 5, and update its value by 3. That becomes 8. Okay, and that's there. Nothing changes with y, nothing else changes. No other addresses or anything change. We have just dereferenced x pointer. We've found its value, and we've gone to that value and said what value is there, and that's the dereferencing part. Okay, so now what do we have? Now we have a double pointer, which is the address of a pointer. Okay, we've got another variable here. Okay, so let's make this at 0x, I don't know, 1030 while we're doing the pattern here. This is xptrptr. And what is its value? Well, its value is the address of x pointer. On our diagram here, x pointer is 1010. Okay, so this is 0x1010. And that means that this actually points to x pointer itself. Okay, so this points down here to x pointer. Okay, meaning that if you follow 0x1010, you will go to this address and you will find the value 1000 there. Okay, all right, last question, or last line in this. Asterisk x pointer pointer plus plus. What's happening here? Well, this says dereference x pointer pointer and update its value, the value that we find there, by 1 if you know the type. Basically update it by 1 of the type's width. And notice I'm being very precise there, that it's not just 1, it's actually 1 of whatever the type's width is. Well, what is x pointer pointer? X pointer pointer is an int star star, meaning that a double pointer, pointer to an int pointer, meaning if we go to that int pointer and we update its value by if we increment it, it has to go to what? Well, that's this value here. It is not 1001 as you might think, because plus plus adds 1. No, it turns out that this changes to 0x1004 because the type of the pointer is an int star, meaning that whenever you increment it, pointer math is really what's happening here. You increment it by the width of the type. Okay? All right, so that's that. Now, why am I bringing this up? If you can take this program and diagram it like this, you know what you're doing. If any of those steps didn't make sense, if you said to yourself, wait, when I change y, why didn't x change? Because it came from x pointer. No, no, no. You have to go back and see what I mean when I say, look, y is just an int. It has no reference at all back to x. Okay, so that's, if you can draw this picture, then you are in very good shape, okay, based on this code. Okay, so here's what I want to do now. I want to erase all the stuff over here because I'm about to bring this up in GDB, and I just want to run this in GDB, and we'll see what happens. We'll put some better numbers in here as we create this. Okay, so we will update this diagram with the actual numbers that GDB tells us about. Okay, all right, almost done here with the erasing, and almost got enough. That's enough there for to get this example done. Okay, so let's see what happens when we do this. Okay, all right, I'm going to exit out of here. I'm going to I might have already done this. Make pointers. Yep, already done. GDB pointers. All right. So now, what we've got now is, let's break on main and let's just run this. Okay. And when we run this, we get to int x equals 5. Okay, so let's actually do that. Now x equals 5. We can print x. X is 5. Let's print the address of x. Okay, now in this case, it is E7E0. We've seen that number before in other places. Okay, so I'm just going to change. I'm just going to do the last 4 digits. E7E0. E7E0 is where that is. And the value right now is not 8. It is 5. Okay. All right. Okay. Then let's do next. And now we're going to set x pointer equal to the address of x. All right. So now if we print out x pointer, we get E7E0 because that's the value of x pointer. Okay. So its value here is E7 E0. And that means that this points down here. Now let's figure out what the address of x pointer is. Okay, we can do that. We can say p address x pointer, and that's E7 E8. Okay, so this is E7, E8. Okay, and at E7, E8, that's where X pointer lives. And how do we know that? Because we've got the address of X pointer. Okay, all right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna say Y equals asterisk X pointer. Okay, if we do Y equals asterisk X pointer, now we can print out Y, and it's 5. Okay, how do we know that? Why do we know that it's 5? Because we just set it equal to the dereferenced value of X pointer. We took X pointer, we followed it to its value, which is E7, E0. We went to that address, we found a 5 there, and we set that equal to Y. Let's look at what Y's actual address is here. Okay, Y's address, ampersand Y, is E7, E4. Okay, E7, E4, and there's a 5 there. Okay, now we do Y++. If you do Y++, right, what happens? Well, Y had to change. Y changed to 6. Okay, there's our 6. Now that has changed to a 6. And did anything else change? I don't know. Let's find out. Did X change? Nope, X is still 5. Did any of the pointers change? X pointer is E7, E0. Nope, nothing else changed. Everything's fine. Okay, everything's fine. E7, E0, E7, E0. Nothing else has changed. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to say asterisk X pointer plus equals 3. Meaning that we're going to go to X pointer's value, E7, E0, that's this address here, and we're going to take that value, add 3 to it, and put the value back there. So if I do next, then we would expect this value to be 8. And let's find out if that's the case. Px is 8. It changed to 8 because we updated it using this right here. Okay, we dereferenced X pointer and we added 3 to it. Okay, all right. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, now we're creating a double pointer int star star to X pointer. Okay, so let's look at this. What happens when we do this? We do this, we say next, and now we've got a new variable, X pointer pointer. We don't know what the address is quite yet because we haven't printed it out yet, but we know what its value is going to be actually. Its value is the address of X pointer. So it better be E7, E8, E7, E8. Okay, and let's actually see if that's the case. All right, P X pointer pointer 0x E7, E8. It is. And its address, let's look at what its address is. The address of X pointer pointer is E7F0. So this is E7F0. Now we don't actually use that again in this case, but that's that. Okay, and then finally, okay, what do we have here? Well, now the final thing that we do is we say X pointer pointer plus plus, dereferenced X pointer pointer plus plus. Okay, well, what does that mean? Well, let's see what happens actually. If we look at this, we are saying follow X pointer pointer to its value and update it by 1 being the width of the type in this case. Okay, so what should this be? If the type is an int, this should better be E7, E4. Let's print out the value of X pointer, E7, E4. So it's changed by 4. It went from 0 to 4. Okay, all right. Hopefully that was enough to get you like on track of like, oh, I do understand this stuff, or at least to show you that you do understand this stuff. Or it was enough to say, wait, I still don't have some understanding of this. I need to go back and look at this again. So rewatch this video, stop it, pause it, figure it out, put a question on Ed, whatever you want. If this is still not very clear to you, then you need to start, you need to like make sure that it becomes clear. Otherwise, the rest of the course is just going to be harder because of that. All right, that's all I've got. Thanks.